Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over all the new daily content for October 26th. Before we get into that though, guys, I just want to say, man, all of the subs and everything like that on my channel, on Twitter, Instagram, it's been absolutely nuts. I'm really trying to grind to get that 20K on YouTube before the end of the year. So if you haven't subbed and you're checking out the content daily, please just hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into all of the new Primetimes and Lit versus Grit cards for October 26th. All right, so just briefly, we'll take a look at some of these cards. I don't want to go into, huge detail on any one because I don't know if a lot of these are going to be useful for you, but obviously we'll take a look at the Quentin Byfield and maybe the Dustin Wolf because goaltenders, again, they do work a little bit different, but Colton Saucerman with the best name in the entire game. Wow. All right, let's get into the Primetimes first. I do need to mention, guys, if you aren't able to catch a daily video whenever the new content is out, just take a look at my Instagram. All you've got to do is follow it. I've had a template made so that I can show you guys all the card and stat in a nice, little display here. So whenever there's new content at 5, the first thing I do is I post it on my Instagram. It is Sleeveless Gaming on Instagram, so just go at me a follow there. That way, in case you aren't able to see the video or get to your console, just a little bit easier for you. All right, we'll kick things off with the 80 overall Troy Stecher, and I'm not going to lie, for a low 80 overall card, this is a really interesting one for a lot of players. Right defensemen are always going to be a little bit more difficult to come by because there just isn't nearly as many of them in the NHL, but this one also comes with the Howitzer synergy. I've said this a number of times that it is the most overpowered player synergy, so with 86 speed with Howitzer activated, 88 agility, and 84 acceleration, he's got great skating for a defenseman. His slap shot gets up to 86 power. Power is far more important than accuracy among defensemen. And then again, obviously, with that speed and whatnot, you're going to be able to keep up with a lot of other players and help activate that Howitzer synergy. So, for a low 80 overall card, this is going to be one of the ones I think I would recommend targeting for lower players that, are just looking for someone, as there's 12 out right now, 45. 4,200 for this card, not all that bad. I have a feeling it'll drop a little bit, but not a bad card to target if you're free to play looking for a right-handed defenseman. Then we've got the 81 overall Ilya Mikheyev, 6'2", 194. This one would be a hard pass for me. Obviously, with wingers this year, I'm going to mention this a number of times that speed is king for the wingers. At 6'2", 194, that's great in his own zone, so he's going to be able to bump people off the puck, get the puck back, but you're not going to be able to take advantage of the streaking wingers and the slow agility from defensemen when they make their turns with someone who's only got 81 speed. And combine that with the fact he's got the Thief synergy, it's completely useless on him because face-offs, +5 is great, but not on a winger that only has 62 face-off rating. Stick checking is nice, but just not a good card all the way around, and this would be a hard pass. If I were to pack him, I'd just sell him for what you could get for him. Moving on to the 83, Jonas Korpisalo, 6'3", 182, has 81 aggression. A lot of these primetime cards I've seen, they have really low aggression compared to their base cards and other ones like that. So like the Price and Vasilevsky, they've got high aggression. This 81 overall isn't bad in terms of aggression there. 6'3", again, has decent size, and with the new progression in stat caps for taller goaltenders, it allows smaller ones, even though 6'3" isn't small, to be a little bit more valuable. This would be an interesting card to try out. However, the Spark synergy I'm not a huge fan of, so goaltenders right now I've seen that just they really depend on having your synergies because you need some help if you're trying to activate Distributor, for example. And obviously when you lose a spot on a goaltender, makes it tough to add it up, but this could be a decent goaltender to try out. Then we've got the 83 overall Sam Reinhart, 6'1", 192 with the Magician synergy. I'm not a huge fan of the Magician synergy. I think that it's a cool concept with the agility, deking, and puck control, so it allows the player to be a lot more creative with the puck. But 81 speed, again, you're going to have to use him on the wing because his face-off rating is only 71. Same thing with Ilya Mikheyev. He does have a pretty good shot at 85 across the board, but there's just far better options in my opinion. Even if you had Distributor on, 84 speed is really low. So this would be a pass for me. And then we've got the highlighter of today's content. It is the 86 Brent Burns, 6'5", 230. Has been one of the better defensemen in NHL Hut for years, but things changed a lot this year with the skating and whatnot. So 81 speed across the board, essentially, with a good shot, and his defensive stats are actually quite low. So defensive awareness at 88, shot blocking at 86, and stick checking at 87. Just kind of low when you compare it with the fact he's got 81 speed across the board. You have to pair him with someone fast or you're going to get eaten alive along the board. So He's going to be elite in his own zone because of his size no matter what. With the state of what point shots are in and the fact his slap shot accuracy is only 81, it's just not really going to be usable or that effective. I'm curious to see what he's going for currently because Brent Burns is one of my favorite players. Obviously, as a Shark, I love Brent Burns. There's just no way I would pay this money for him, especially with only Light the Lamp as his synergy. And then, like I said, we'll take a look at some of the new Lit versus Grit cards. So the 6'4" with 214 Quentin Byfield. Dude, kid's 18 years old. It's wild. 83 overall with the Spark synergy. Again, if you can activate that, that's cool, but it's just not one that I'm actively trying to go after. 83 speed across the board is okay, and the fact that he's got 80 faceoffs, he's actually usable on the draw as well for anyone that's lacking centerman. He's got a good shot. This isn't a bad card at all, and again, you can get away with a little bit slower center because, again, you're not flying down the wing with your centerman. His faceoff is a little low, though, but it is usable early on in the game. All right, another kind of unique card in Zachary, I'm going to say that butcher this, but Leiro, 84 speed, 84 acceleration, 90 agility, but his shot is what's key. 90 power on the slap shot, 89 for the wrist shot, and 81 on the accuracy. Nice little combo, and he has 80 on the face-offs as well. This could be a decent, really low-rated 80 card. Again, for anyone that's struggling to find anyone quick, there isn't any up right now. There's one for 9,000 start price, but, you know, if he gets low enough, this wouldn't be a terrible card. And then I said we'd take a look at Dustin Wolf, but at 6 foot, that's fine. He's got good stats and 75 aggression, but his synergy Swarm, I'm not a huge fan of the Swarm synergy, but I would love it if someone were to, you know, try out this card to see what he's like. 75 aggression, again, the lower aggression, meaning they'll sit back further in their net. They'll be able to stop the one-timers a little bit better. So it is effective to have a goaltender with lower aggression. But I'm curious to see if he's tall enough and his attributes make up for it. So guys, that is going to do it for today's content. If you have any questions that you want answered immediately, just come and check out my Twitch streams live starting at 10 a.m. Monday through, well, actually every single day right now. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.